What's up, YouTube? I decided to go ahead and take the day and make a video I wanted to call Let's Get Fit. It's so nice out, so beautiful, I decided why not? So what a great day to start on versus the other days. I tried to film a couple other days ago. It was raining, it was kind of crappy out, so I said, hey, today's a beautiful day, let's take advantage of it. So the point of this series I wanted to make is to get everyone healthy. A lot of people made those New Year's resolutions, and I think a lot of people are already falling back over it. Those gym memberships are starting to waver down. But I'm going to make a series where you really don't have to go to the gym that much. If you go to the gym, it's great. It's going to be able to assist you. But if you have a space that's like, I don't know, 7 by 6 or let's just call it 10 by 10. You got enough space that's enough for small room, you're going to be able to do these workouts. And a lot of it's going to be using your own body weight. It's going to be doing cardio to get your heart rate at that 65%, which is where your max fat burn is. So we're going to target that, and we're also going to build up your strength and your endurance, and we're going to be looking good within the next 30 days. It's going to be the ultimate goal. So over the course of these next 30 days, I want people to go ahead and just make a commitment to, first and foremost, say, hey, I'm going to take 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes out of my day every day to get healthy. A lot of people say, hey, well, I got work, I got kids, I got this and I got that, or I can't afford a gym membership. Well, how important is your health to you? Do you want to get to the point to where later in life, where you're 45 and your 50s and you're starting, to develop all different types of diseases, diabetes, cancer, heart disease, and all these other things that you can develop by not just taking 30 minutes out of your day and working out? You got to really think about that. So you have to make time for the healthy you. And once you do, you are going to love it in the latter years of your life, because you won't have to go to the doctor as much, unless you have some genetic disorder. But you won't have to go to the doctor as much to get these pills and all that other junk that you need to put into your body just to keep kicking. With these workouts, I'm going to show you what you need to do to get healthy. Now, the biggest blocker that I had as to getting healthy was my weight. About a year and a half to 2 years ago, I was about 270 pounds. I was really overweight. I was drinking a lot of beer. I was eating a lot of Taco Bell and McDonald's, just absolute garbage and junk on a daily basis. And I was also working a job where I didn't really move around. I sat at a desk job, so I had a lot of improper posture when I was sitting down, and it really messed up my back. And then the weight didn't help on my back either. So I always had lower back pain. I was taking muscle relaxers to help with that. The doctor put me on all types of medication, and it's not to say the medication is bad. If your doctor prescribes it, by all means, go ahead. But if you don't need to take the medication, then I would always go for the natural supplement, or just anything natural that's around that you can take, like different things like ginger or turmeric, or just whatever's natural that you can take to keep from taking pharmaceutical medications if you don't have to. And the biggest blocker I had was, man, I'm overweight, so I'm overweight, and then I'm never gonna get healthy. What can I do? It all changed when I went to up north to a funeral, and I seen all my family. Well, when you haven't seen your family for a long time, the first thing they always see is your outward appearance. That's the first thing they see. And me, I've always been known for being pretty athletic and pretty skinny. But when my family seen me, they said, oh wow, you've gotten fat. That hit my head, and it stuck with me. At the hotel that night, I said, man, no more, I gotta get fit. So what I did, immediately cut out the alcohol, for the most part, and I cut out the fast food, and I just started eating more healthy. The things that really helped me was I ate a lot of high protein tuna. Salmon's better, but salmon's more pricey, so I try to make a medium to get the most bang for your buck. So any recommendations I do as well for that is going to be a recommendation where you can get the maximum amount of product quality for the least amount of money. So I ate a lot of tuna, ate a lot of high protein things. I tried to kick out the trans fat. Also soda, pop, or whatever you want to call it. If you're drinking that, you got to kick that out as well. It's just lots of sugar that can build up and it makes you fat. Same thing with beer. Beer's probably the worst because it has empty carbs. Even if you drink light beer, drinking a light beer, it's like 200 calories, just empty calories. It has no benefits to you whatsoever. So you're just eating that on. And a lot of people, most people don't just drink one beer. When you drink a beer, you drink one and it's like, oh man, it's so good. Now you're drinking 2, 3, 4, and alcoholism. Anyways, so what I really want to show you in the beginning is that you have to start that commitment to say, hey, no more. From this point on forward, I'm going to dedicate myself towards getting healthy. So now that we've got that, we're going to start today and we're going to get healthy. Second thing is you have to make that commitment to actually do the workout. The hardest part of doing any workout is starting it, because it's always in your mind that, hey, oh man, I'll do it later, or tomorrow, or maybe I'll start next week because I got some big presentation going on, or I got some school project, or I gotta get my kids off to practice, or just whatever. Excuses are like the saying, everybody's got one. So you have to make the commitment to start it, and once you start out doing your workout, it's not that hard. You just have to be able to and willing to put in the effort. So the emphasis that I really wanted to make today on this first episode is the benefits and the importance of stretching. You really should stretch before any workout you do. And the reason is if you don't and you go too hard on your workout, you can end up injuring yourself. So now you take that much longer to get healthy. When you stretch out, you're not only warming up the muscles that you're using in your workout, but you're getting the blood to flow through it, so you're able to move it more. It's like trying to take let's say a rubber band, and you put one rubber band in the freezer, right? You take it out the freezer, it's really cold, you try to stretch it out, it's not going to stretch that far, and if you stretch it too far, too quickly, it's going to snap. Well, your muscles work the same way. When your muscles are warm, they're heated up, and they're flexible, you're going to increase your range of motion on everything. You're going to have more strength, you're going to have more energy and everything to do that. Also, when you first wake up and throughout the day, I highly recommend drinking water. Not energy drinks, not the NOS or Red Bull that you find throughout the day. Drinking water and just getting a little warm up and stretching, that's going to be so much more beneficial to you than towards your morning cup of $8 Caribou coffee. Water's free for the most part. You can get it in bottled water, you can get it out the spring, you can get it through whatever means you get it. Just drink water, it's so much better for you. So I'm going to go ahead and show you these stretches now. I'm going to move around a little bit and just try to keep with me. Alright, so now that I got this location here, I had to move around. It was a little shady in the last one, but I wanted to show everyone that you don't really need that much space. If anything, I'm outside the back of my garage right here, and we're going to do these stretches, and we're going to do a little bit of light warming up, and then we're going to discuss what our workout plan should be like for the week. So I'll go straight into the workout plan. Typically, what I like to do is more legs than upper. I feel like my upper body takes a little bit longer to heal, but you can do it whatever way fits you best. What I like to do is 3 days legs and 2 days arms, upper, and then I like to do core almost every day. As long as you can do core, as long as it doesn't feel like it's hurting, an extreme amount. Unless you're in a real amount of pain or you feel like you're torn something, then stop right away and go consult your physician. Otherwise, you can do core almost every single day. Upper body, I like to do that twice a week. It feels like it takes a little bit longer for me to heal. And then my lower, like my legs, calves, hams, the glutes, all of that, lower back, I like to do that about 3 times a week, and it feels really good. So I work myself into that routine. You can start at any point of the week. I like to use Sunday as a reference, as a beginning of the week. Otherwise, if you want to, start on your routine on Wednesday or whatever, it really doesn't matter. Just as long as you're doing it over the course of these next 30 days, and then you're making that commitment. So before I start stretching, I wanted to just show everybody, first and foremost, that I'm not some incredible Hulk-looking guy. When you look at your body, you have to really just see what it is for yourself, and you have to be okay with that, because this is the thing that you live in for the rest of your life. But you don't have to look this way forever. So for the next 30 days, I'm going to do everything I can to, make every muscle group on my body more lean, bigger if need be, and I just want to trim the fat off so I look good. And it's all about that personal perception. If you believe that you are fat, you're going to think you're fat no matter what. You have to get over that and realize that you are what you are and you can make yourself better. So, first stretch I like to do is a kind of hanging stretch that I like to do. It stretches out your hip flexors, your glutes, your lower back, some of your calves, and some of your quads. So it works this muscle group area quite nicely. So it's very easy to do. You just go ahead and you reach over just like this from the start. So I have longer arms than most people, but it's really easy to go ahead and get this one out here. So for me at least. So I like to reach out, try to keep your legs straight, and just try to bend and hold a good stretch. And when you're stretching, you have to relax. You can't be tight, because if you're holding your breath while you're stretching, you're constricting and flexing those muscles. They're not going to move and they're not going to stretch. So when you stretch, you want to be as relaxed as you can. Almost like when they do yoga, when they stretch out there, you want to try to keep it nice and straight and breathe, and then you just twist to the right. All right, and then you take it over and it stretch to the left. All right, and then you can kind of bend your knees. Let me try this sideways here. Kind of bend your knees here and try to do the same thing, and then try to keep as much pressure as you can on the balls of your feet or your heels when you're doing this, because that way your leg is stretching out more and you're just not supporting yourself with your arms. All right, now for an upper body one. This one's a little bit different, but you want to reach your arms forward as much as you can, right, to the point to where you can feel it in your back. All right, you reach forward, then reach it back as much as you can, and you might hear some things popping and stretching. It's okay. And then you just keep your head up and then try to pull back on it as much as you can and put your chest up. All right, so it's going to stretch out your chest, your shoulders right here, some of your back. All right, and then there's always your typical arm stretch right here, where you just put one arm over the other and pull it the other way. Same thing with the other one. And if you need to, you can always put it behind your head and stretch it out. It's going to be more of your triceps area in the back here. And then the one I did before is more biceps. All right, so if we go back towards the legs, one that I said for your lower back, that really take one leg, put it over the other one where your ankle is, put it over just above your knee, and you just kind of lay back, and then you pull it forward. So you just try to push it, just like that, right? And then you switch to the other one, and you do the exact same thing. All right, and that's just for just a little quick demonstration purpose. What that really helps is stretch out this lower back place. Anytime you have a muscle group that's specifically in pain or anything, you want to try to stretch out and work out the surrounding areas so they strengthen. For instance, if you have something pulling on your lower back, a lot of times people just try to massage, really try to stretch the lower back area, right here. But you can't really do that because it's only going to fix so much. It's only going to loosen up that part. The part that's really tight, a lot of times is going to be your glutes, and it can be your upper back, or anything surrounding it. So you have to work on those areas, and then eventually the other parts will start to loosen up. Also, there's another stretch I want to show you. Ball, golf ball, whatever, it really doesn't matter. What you can do, set it on the ground and almost kind of sit on it, and then you just have to relax while you're doing it, but you have to find those areas where you kind of feel a knot in a muscle. And if you have any knots there, you just want to kind of sit on it, just breathe, relax until you start to feel it loosen, right? When you do that, you'll find those trouble areas, and that's going to really help you out with your lower back pain. All right? So now that we got those in, we can do any type of your typical stretches that you learn in high school gym class, where you reach forward, You touch your toes. Just try to get a good stretch out there. And then there's a few others where, if you're walking, you can go ahead and pull down to try to stretch out your hamstrings. The more stretches like you do like these in motion, it's going to move those moving parts, help stretch out your hamstrings and your hip flexors, and just anything like that. So those are going to be some really, really good core stretches to help out with most of those trouble areas that you have. Of course, if you have any other stretches that you want to throw in there, by all means, go ahead. So after that stretching, we're going to go ahead and go into the core workout. It's going to work out a bunch of different muscle groups, your pectorials, biceps, triceps, lower back, glutes, hamstrings, and quadriceps. We're going to get all those worked out. It's a great core workout. You're going to get a lot of sweat going. And what I like to do is go ahead and do 40 mountain climbers, 10 burpees, and then hold planks as long as you can. Do 3 sets of those. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. When I like to work out, I like to go ahead and play some music, so it gets me into that mindset of getting into my workout. All right? After that, you go ahead and get 2 sets of those in. 2 more sets of those. You really start to feel it in your abs, especially lower back and hamstrings. All right, after you go ahead and do those, then go ahead and show you another one. Try to just think of whatever you can to motivate you to keep you going in terms of these workouts, because after you do a few sets of these, your body starts to, kick in and say, hey, you're tired, let's give up. But you just gotta power through it,
So I like to play the music. You know, you just listen to the music, get to your favorite part of the music. You know, you just feel like you're in the zone. And once you get there, you know, you're already doing a good job. So, and starting off day one, do as much of these as you can. If you can't do the full 3 sets, you know, just do as much as you can. Make sure you get plenty of water, and then try to stretch out a little bit after you're done, right? So you gotta really, really feel these in here. Right. And you just come back up. Got you a nice little workout in there. So once you go ahead and get all of those in there, sometimes if you need to get a partner to go ahead and work out with you, that's always a good idea. Have somebody to hold you for your accountability to go ahead and motivate you. All right. So we're gonna keep these videos coming. Try to do about 2 to 3 a week. Just remember, guys, you gotta eat healthy, you gotta exercise, and you gotta sleep. All right. Do those 3 things right there, and you will reach your fitness goal. All right. Go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button right down below. I'll keep these videos coming. I'm out.